Genie grind and watch him get rich, huh? Remember when I said I hit a lick, huh? I don't really wanna fuck the bitch, what? Willie went and made another hit, okay, like Prada on my motherfucking kid, huh? Louis on my motherfucking hip, huh? Curry how I dunk, no switch, hey, fucker gonna fuck that bitch, hey, if you ain't gon' fuck with me, you a dumb fuck, put up a hit but feel like one punch, look at my bank and I'm getting dumb rich, and I'm gonna count it up till 100,
Hello world, I am What If Studia, and today we are doing What If Deku Was Ganon. So today we'll be starting off with him being born into a much more rich family, one that could afford a much higher education. However, he wishes to go to school with normal kids because, well, he feels like he would connect to them better. He doesn't feel that all of this richness is really for him. So he goes to normal school instead. Until he turns 5, which then he gains his quirk. Boorish Berserker. I'm still workshopping the name. But basically, once he gets too angry, well, he starts to turn boorish, unlocking a lot of inner boar powers. Strength and endurance and just general dexterity are increased a lot, which makes him quite happy. However, he says the doctor failed to mention that, well, once it does happen, he turns boorish. He starts taking on the aspects of a pig, such as his face turning into a boar's head. So basically, yeah, no, his mother is quite ashamed of his face, of just general how disgusting he is, and wants to send him off to, to the scamp school that he is going to, right? Wants to send him off into a boarding school, one that's meant for riotous kids that are, and it's made to stop, basically, rising villains that have villainous quirks. Directed by 2 old sages that are said to be some of the most villainous people. And to his mother, well, the more dangerous the better, because she did not want to deal with him. However, before this, he did get a quite pretty education. So basically, he's sent off to this orphanage, I guess you could say, and is abused daily. That's all I could really say. He gains sort of a loner mentality because of his quirk being so ugly, and not trying to conceal his emotions. Concealing his emotions would stop him from using his quirk, so that he could, control it much easier. Easier. Yeah, that'd be fucking good. Jesus. English, people. English. So basically, Ganon, well, no, Deku and Ganon. Deku/Ganon, continues this until he meets another, orphan, Zelda. A girl that he knows very well and is actually kind of attracted to at this point. However, he knows all too well, how to conceal his emotions. So, even though he's about 10, by this point, he still knows very well how to conceal his sort of feelings for her. She comes out to him as, the one person that actually likes him, because he tends to be a very much more loner, and she opens up to him. She's the most popular girl in the orphanage, and as such, he uses this chance to, become more influential in his class, trying to reach out to people. However, when it comes time for some of the kids to be orphaned, nobody comes for Ganon and Zelda. However, Zelda's parents finally arrive, and it turns out that they were high-ranked heroes until an attack, a villain attack on the orphanage. Villains swarm the orphanage, sort of destroying half of it, and killing Zelda's mother and father. Zelda's quirk unlocks, which is Time Foresee, which is basically she can tell the future in a certain way where her intelligence acclimates to it, so that she can handle any situation. So it's a complicated quirk. Basically, she can just see time. She can see time. She can see where she's going, what the enemy's doing, and how to react. That is her power. So she basically dodges around until she gets to Ganon, who is frozen in fear. Unable to, do anything much. Zelda is almost killed on top of him. However, Link comes around. Yes, Link is actually a hero this time. He's around their age and part of the orphanage too. However, Ganon had never taken notice of him. He was not much concerned with the peril of others. Link comes out of nowhere, slicing the villain in half, backing up and then defending the rest of the orphanage, saving everybody. Everybody congratulates him, and they basically promote him. Zelda has to stay at the orphanage, to help renovate, I guess. And then once they get it all built back again, it's back to their slavery, basically slavery at the orphanage. This sort of interaction, though, made Zelda not trust Ganon at all. The one person he had to trust him is now, his very presence. It's causing Ganon to become even more secluded and hate Link for differentiating him from everybody else. It was his time to shine, and then Link just hopped in the way. He'll pay for that. Everything will be atoned. So basically, actually it's a trick thing, because the two grandmas that run the place, they are actually the ancient witches, who invite Ganon to their personal place up in the... He thinks he's going to die, so he readies himself for a combat. He's put up into their place, and then they tell him about dark magic, a thing that they've seen he can possess by the look in his eye when he was fighting the demons. I mean, the villains. Most of the kids here are actually being infected with dark magic as they speak, causing them to mutate their, quirks into villainous quirks. Quirks that'll basically give them the control over the kids, and also cause their quirks to make them look weird. Basically, it's all dependent by who controls the dark magic. And currently they're like, you'll be our next successor. We've made our choice. He's like, you're fucking crazy, and I'm gonna report you to the police. However, they lock him up and start teaching him about dark magic. This actually gets him interested inside of it and starts to seclude him. The dark witches are actually taken, by surprise by this, that he actually, gets to them. However, his resilience was surprising, to say the least. He starts learning at a rapid pace, actually able to use some of it by the end of 2 years, which is more than I can say for anybody else that's ever been taught that. Usually it takes almost 20 just to learn how to freaking float in the air with it. He's already learned how to make an explosion with it, which is insane. They clearly chose the right kid. Now to give him control of the whole place. However, by that time, it's been 2 years, and he's been locked up in the tower. He's finally released to the kids. They're all surprised that he was there. However, Link and Zelda were gone. Completely. Cursing out Link's name, he thinks that Link has taken Zelda with him, leaving Ganon all alone. Coming back to the witches, he was going to decide to run away before they could capture him again, but he comes back up to them, accepting his sort of role and his being, their successor. Yeah. And all of the children suddenly start morphing and taking on more goblinish sort of features that represent sort of Deku's hatred and also his quirk, boorishness. They start to become much more boorish. Mostly taken in like bokoblins, more stronger kids, and you get the idea. They're basically just Ganon's army. So the whole entire place becomes corrupted, and soon heroes start to take notice. Before they can, Deku actually makes the the orphanage grow legs, and starts running off in a different direction. And, disappears off the radio. So basically, the heroes are sent chasing after him, and he starts to rule over that, castle. And thank you so much for watching this. That was a short one, but you know what? I don't even know if this is going to get any views, so if it does, I'll be definitely sure to make a second one. Don't worry about that. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you someday, sometime. See ya, everybody.
Ooh.
Genie grind, I wish I'm getting rich, huh? Remember when I said I hit a lick, huh? I don't really wanna fuck the bitch, what? Willie went and made another hit, okay, like Prada on my motherfucking kid, huh? Louis on my motherfucking hip, huh? Curry how I dunk, no switch, hey, fucker gonna fuck that bitch, hey, if you ain't gon' fuck with me, you a dumb fuck, put up and hit him up for that one punch, look at my bank and I'm getting dumb rich, and I'm gonna count it up till 100,